G'day, I'm Riley.
And I'm Grace, and we're from Men and Opal. And today we've got a big treat. We're going to be cutting a huge piece of 80-carat grow and gamble rough.
Sounds great. Let's go.
We call it gamble rough because you never know what you're going to find inside.
So there she is, 80.5 carats. Growing gamble rough. Now, there's a lot of sand here, but there's also some very nice parts about this stone. We got two very clear color bars running through it, and I can see that they make it all the way across to the other side of the stone. You can just barely see it. I don't know if you can in the camera, but there you could probably see it, which makes me think that there is some possibility that they do travel all the way across this stone. We've got some sand problems, so it's likely going to be one of those that, it might not cut the whole stone. If I'm really lucky, my stone will be in here somewhere. A couple other things I really like about it. It's got a nice dark potch here, above and below. You can kind of make out the witch's hat right here, a very shallow one. So it's probably going to face up. The top side here is probably going to be the face of it, but have a pretty nice, at least 2 or 3 mil of good dark potch in the bottom there. And I'm also really liking how flat the color bar is. Both of those color bars seem to be really flat. Maybe dive off a little bit there in the end, but in the part that I really want it nice and flat, it looks like it is. Really fun cutting these kinds of stones.
The first step is to grind around all of the sides to make sure that you can see the color bar from all around the stone before you do the top. Rubbing the sand off the top now to get a better look.
Alright, so here's where the real gamble and gamble rough comes in. I have rubbed it all the way around and exposed that top color bar as much as I could. Got some big sand issues here, and over here. Big sand issues in the side. So you can see that it's going to be a fairly nice stone, somewhere in there. And it's a bit milky right now, but there's still a bit of this light potch up on top of it. It'll clear up right below that. I think it'd be a pretty nice stone. But I think that the second color bar is really bright and really clear. And this is where the gamble is. The gamble is, do I grind down through this top color bar down to the second color bar in hopes that it is significantly better than this one? It looks like it goes all the way around. I mean, you can see there's color all the way around. There's 2 to 3 mils of potch, below it, so it'll cut a nice, good, stable stone. I don't see any of it here. So it might end, it might end in here or something like that. It's hopeful. You can see that it goes all the way to here. It kind of dips down though. So, it might Might come in there. I think what's going to happen is I'm gonna take the face off of this and take a look at that color, and I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is that that color is not going to be good enough to pay for the rough, and that it's going to force me to go down and reveal this color bar. All right, let's go see. So, before diving down to that red color bar down below, I took it really easy. Sometimes you can have two color bars that are really close to each other that you can't actually see the one below it, and that's what happened this time. So the top color bar was like a pastel, really quite boring, but right underneath it, you know, 1/3 of a millimeter or less, was this color bar, which is pretty fantastic. It's still a little bit hazy up on top here. And obviously because of this huge sand spot, I'm not going to be able to cut one stone out of this, but at that point, chasing the bird in the bush here seems a bit crazy. This color bar will easily pay for this piece of rough.
Our plan is to make one big pendant stone over here, and then we have this sand spot here, so we're going to make about 3 smaller stones around there. I love it when you open it off after you've cut it like this, and it's like an Easter egg surprise. You never know what you're going to find.
Look inside. The bottom color bar, the one that I was gonna chase, dies right in the middle of the stone, super thin. But the top color bar just gets thicker all the way across this stone, really thick. It's gonna be a nice little dome on this stone. It's gonna give me a lot of room to kind of take out some of those little black smudges. I reckon that's gonna clear up super nice. Give me a beautiful little stone right in there.
Now we're finished with the hard part. All we've got to do is a bit of polishing, and then we're finished. We ended up with a beautiful 10-carat pendant stone and a matching 2-carat ring stone.